so nervous every time I turn this camera on. Hi, my name is Katerina and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not, welcome back. Obviously, as you can tell from the title, this is going to be a Q&A, get to know me. So I'm going to be answering your questions from Instagram. I hope y'all are all having a beautiful day so far. It's gorgeous here in Austin today. I think the high is like 73 or something. Okay, I'm going to just start with like the basics because I feel like a lot of them were like the same. So I'll just kind of introduce myself. My name is Katerina. I am 21 years old and I am from Houston, Texas, so I'm there a lot, but I go to school in Austin, Texas. I go to school at UT. I'm a Scorpio, but I'm not a scary one, don't worry. I don't know if I'm using the correct terminology, but like I have a rising sun in Sagittarius and then a moon in Taurus, I think. And I am studying dietetics. I'm on the route to become a registered dietitian. First question is kind of a fun one. What's your favorite food? I would say like if I had to pick one, it would either be pasta or sushi. Pasta and sushi, like I could live on those. I don't know why I'm feeling kind of wild today. Favorite store-bought snacks / sweet treats? I would say like regularly I really like nut thins. And then I actually have one in the car right now, the Go Macro chocolate chip oatmeal, I think is oatmeal chocolate chip bar. Why is it not? I also like RX bars, but I mean like that's what I typically have as snack. Or I have like carrots and snap peas and stuff. I'm trying to think like my favorite like I feel like that's what the question is asking, like my favorite processed snack. I mean like if we're talking like really processed, I love Doritos, especially when it's, you know, that time of the month. Like regularly I get pressed juice refreezes, those are really good. And I also really like, there's a brand called Dream Pops. They have like a chocolate flavor of ice cream. It's like a plant-based ice cream and they are so good. It just tastes like regular ice cream. And it doesn't hurt my stomach or anything, so it's so good. Oh my god, there's a woman walking by. She's probably so confused about me. Oh, I feel like this one is very relevant. So this question says, how did you start your journey and what sparked it? Well, to start, my mom is actually a health and wellness educator, so I kind of grew up, and she went to culinary school, so I kind of grew up like learning how to cook and also a lot about nutrition. And she's also from Spain, so we ate a very Mediterranean diet growing up, so I kind of was just like raised knowing how I like to eat vegetables and that kind of thing. And then when I was in middle school and high school, it's when I probably started eating more like processed foods. I was just kind of living my life, you know, as you should, but I like wasn't feeling amazing. But I would just try a lot of like diets or detoxes, and it would always be like right before I had to put a swimsuit on, or right before a dance, or right before I was going on vacation, like that kind of thing. It wasn't like related to health. It was all about image and whatever. And then when I went to college, my first year was definitely really hard on me mentally. Just a lot of things changed in my life. A lot of things change in your life when you go to college. People change, situations change, you know, you get homesick, you're kind of learning how to do things on your own. I had my best friends there supporting me, I had my family there supporting me, but I just was at a point where I constantly felt alone. And it wasn't necessarily that I actually was alone, it was just that I was alone with myself, in myself, if that makes sense. I was just constantly anxious the first year, and when I'm anxious I get super nauseous, I don't have an appetite, so I just was like basically watching my body deteriorate. I told myself, I was like, I don't want to feel alone. There are so many people supporting me. I genuinely, it's just an issue, you know, it's a lack of self-love, it's a lack of confidence, it's me kind of just allowing myself to mope and be sad. So just decided one day that like I didn't want to do that anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like Emma Chamberlain, but like I just wanted to pop on and say, if you are sad or if you're feeling a certain type of emotion, like, please allow yourself to feel that. I in no way am saying to, you know, just tell yourself to stop feeling a certain way. I was just at a point where I had been feeling very down for a long time, and I wanted to start the process of moving forward with myself. That doesn't mean I never had sad days after that. I just was sick of a lack of self-love and confidence, so this was the point where I wanted to start working on myself. So I started asking my mom about nutrition. I started watching YouTube videos about nutrition from registered dietitians. I started following influencers. I started experimenting with exercise. Exercise is something that I always had to force myself to do, unless it was just like dance at musical theater. That's something else I changed freshman year. I started experimenting with exercise I like. I was going to yoga every day. I loved yoga. I started doing Orange Theory. I started doing Pilates. I started, you know, texting my friends to work out. During breaks, I would work out with my friends. I would go to yoga with my friends. And I just got to a point where working out started to feel good and I craved it. And now I'm at that point where I crave it. So I'm a huge believer that you can't force someone to change unless they really want to change. And I always wanted to change how I looked in high school and middle school, but I didn't actually want to put the effort in to make myself feel better internally. So I got to a point, a really, really low point freshman year, probably like my lowest point mentally, and I was just like, I'm sick of this and I want to change. So I did the research. I did the experimenting with working out and with foods that I liked, and I just implemented small daily habits into every day, and it stuck. That's also when the self-love and confidence came in. I think if you treat your body a certain way and you start treating it right in a way that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy and boosts your mood and boosts your energy and everything like that, self-love kind of comes along with it. I mean, it's not like that easy, it's not so black and white, but it definitely, a big part of you changes. Confidence and self-love definitely go hand in hand with treating your body right. My height, I am 5'5". I mean, I'm probably more like 5'4.5" or 5'4 3/4. I'm still gonna say I'm 5'5", because why not? Okay, my favorite meal. I love a good pasta meal or pizza. I don't know, that's hard. I would say my favorite meal that I make at home, that's like a constant one, is either like when I do like an Asian style like nourish bowl with like brown rice and a shrimp patty or shrimp, and then like vegetables and stuff like that. That's probably one of my favorites. At a restaurant, either like a margarita pizza or pasta with pesto. I don't eat meat, pretty much. I'm pretty much a pescatarian. I don't like to put food labels on myself, because if my body craves meat one day, I'm not gonna like force myself to just ignore that. But I don't eat meat for ethical reasons, so yeah. But I haven't eaten meat in almost a whole year. Wow. This year's gone by, but yeah, almost a whole year. How do you stay consistent with eating healthy? So kind of like I was saying earlier, I think it's extremely important to eat in moderation, live in moderation. You know, if you're trying to change your lifestyle, you have to change one like little thing a day or something. Like, you have to start small. The biggest thing is balance and moderation. If you're restricting constantly, you're burning yourself out. If you don't incorporate something that's maintainable, then you're not going to, it's not going to be sustainable in your life. If you think about it as incorporating more of the nutritious or nutrient dense foods into your meals, then you won't focus so much on trying to cut out like the bad stuff. I also think it's extremely important to experiment with nutritious foods that you enjoy. Don't try to eat like anyone else, because it's not going to stick. How did you heal your relationship with food? So honestly, I think when I started my health coaching program at IIN is when I really started to appreciate food a lot more. This is such a hard question because our society is so rooted in diet culture and we don't even realize that. So learning about nutrition helped me a lot. Also understanding how much the body goes through to keep us alive makes you 10,000 times more grateful. That's why I'm constantly saying food is fuel. Your body is like a car and you have to fuel it. If not, it's not gonna work. And it's not just hunger cues. It's if you don't eat enough, your brain doesn't function well, or your sleep is off, or your emotions are off, your mood is off, your energy levels are off. Like, it affects everything. So if you're not fueling yourself properly and you're restricting, then your body's just not going to function. The days that I feel bloated or I feel bad about my body image, I tell myself, I'm like, you know what, I am so grateful for my body. Like, it's doing so much for me. And if that's something that you struggle with, body image affirmations are super helpful. Why did you choose to study nutrition? So I actually started school as a psychology major. Because I really love the human brain. I love psychology. I think I'm really good at it personally. I'm confident enough to say that. I think I'm very good with people. I think I'm good at, observing people and understanding things and being empathetic. So I think I really love psychology, but that being said, I didn't see myself having a career that I would genuinely enjoy for a long time. So I decided to switch my major to textiles and apparel sophomore year. So that's basically fashion merchandising. That's the route that I was going to take. And I did really like that. And I was working in retail for a while, and I genuinely did see myself having jobs in that. But I just felt like things weren't clicking because I wasn't genuinely interested in them. When I really did some internal reflection, I just realized I like helping people. I love nutrition, I love sharing my story, and I love every single person that I talk to on my social media accounts. I want to help people. And I've been interested in nutrition for years and years and years, but I just never thought of it as something I wanted to do. And then I realized I want to help people. And then when I started my health coaching program with IIN, it kind of gave me that boost of confidence that I could help people. So I switched my major to dietetics, and I'm on the route to become a registered dietitian. So that's why I chose my major. But I love learning, and I love a lot of topics and a lot of subjects, but I just think this is one that I wake up and I'm so excited to go to these classes. How long are your workouts and how many times a week? This is another thing I think is super intuitive. So I walk every single day, and then my workouts, I probably work out 5 times a week. And those workouts span anywhere between 20 to 60 minutes, I would say. Love Orange Theory, love yoga, love Pilates. I love dance workouts. Those are so much fun. But it depends on the week. Some weeks I don't work out at all. Some weeks I work out every single day. It really just depends on what's going on in my life. So I just am going to answer this question and then be done. But it says, do you have any tips for beginners in intuitive eating? Love you, queen. Keep going. Thanks, boo. Oh my Otto. Let's get down to the basics. Intuitive eating pretty much would just be called eating like any other time in history if diet culture wasn't so prevalent. Diet culture has created such a negative relationship with so many people in food that they've normalized restriction, they've normalized cutting things out. Those are the basics. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Food is comfort, food is a social interaction sometimes. Eat what feels good in your body. Sometimes mentally a piece of cake might not feel good in your stomach, but it feels good for your mind, so that's an example. Or vice versa, sometimes you're craving something sweet, but cake will hurt your stomach, so maybe eat a piece of fruit instead. I don't know, something like that. But it's different for everyone. And just honor your cravings and look at it as a lifelong thing. Sorry I really ranted for some of these questions, but thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave questions down below if I missed any of your questions or if you just randomly thought of some now. I'm really happy that you watched my video today, and I appreciate your support so much. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow my socials. I'll put them down here for you. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.